Well, I started back in 2010, mostly as a break fix for residential, some small businesses in my area. Over the last 3 years, really started to push more towards the B2B and SMB marketplace, kind of as a more of a cloud solution provider than just doing ordinary break fix type stuff. But yeah, that's a little bit of history there. So far it's been focusing on client education, getting kind of the most out of the tools and stuff that I provide them or that they already have. A lot of the clients I come into contact with aren't really harnessing the full capabilities of the technology they have, mostly just because they don't know about it. They don't know what they have to or what they have access to, so they just don't use it. So we've had a really good kind of in with a lot of companies or clientele with that, just because hey, these guys, they come in and they actually not only know what they're talking about, but they're helping us use what we have, so we provide a lot of value in that. Only a couple of months actually, but it's been great so far. Have a lot of positive feedback, both from clients that we've already sold OIT to, as well as our own experience. We converted our phone lines over, and it's been good so far. Well, we don't lead with it yet. So far, we've primarily focused it as like an add-on for new or existing clients. It's been really, really good with that. Just to kind of help bring their entire technology stack under one roof. So it's basically able to be serviced or help desk or some of the basics of, hey, how do I do this, that type of stuff. Again, kind of tying in with user education. So we can be able to provide them, hey, here's how you do this thing, or set up an auto attendant, stuff like that. Instead of trying to learn about 15 different PBX solutions, it's a lot easier just to say, hey, we already have something that we're really familiar with, and we know it works, how it works really well, and we can train you on that. Not at all. The market in this area is actually, up until recently, not really had the infrastructure for VoIP, but it actually does now. And it's pretty easy once you kind of compare what you can offer with OIT compared to what they have with their traditional phone provider. You kind of do that comparison. It tends to be really eye-opening for the clients when it comes to comparing the value of what OIT can provide versus what they currently have. And then, yeah, that pretty much right then and there makes the sale for them. From my experience so far, if you haven't already, be sure to approach your existing client base about it, even if they seem perfectly happy with what they have. A perfect example is a recent client of mine. I was in a meeting with them, and their program assistant kept answering the phone. And up until that point, never heard anything negative about the way they had their phones set up and everything, but I kept noticing she kept answering the phone and was like, oh yes, I'll transfer, or here, you need to call this person, here's their number. Or yeah, here, you need to recall back and dial this person. And just taking note of that, I kind of brought that up in the meeting and said, hey, she spends a lot of time answering the phones for people. Wouldn't it be a lot easier if we could set something up to where we just get the callers to the person they need to be the first time, instead of having to have people call back or do something like that? And it was like a light bulb went off for them. And I mean, it took basically about, I'd want to say 2 to 3 weeks at the most from that meeting to them being signed up and getting stuff set up with like auto attendants and stuff like that. So yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you approach your existing client base.